Hi, I'm Christelle, and today's Thanksgiving, 2017, and I was diagnosed on Monday with PAPVR and ASD, which is basically pulmonary anomalous, I did that wrong, partial anomalous pulmonary venous return with ASD, sinus venosus ASD.
I think I'm shaking the camera.
I think you're shaking because you're scared.
Yeah, we're all scared.
And on top of that, I also have a shunt rate, or whatever, the QP/QS of 2.8, and my right ventricle is markedly enlarged. And anyway, so that was the news that I got on Monday, and it's a rare condition. It's a congenital heart condition that I was born with, and I'm 30 years old. And I found this out on Monday. I virtually have no symptoms. I would never have guessed that I had this, other than the fact that I have Raynaud's syndrome, which means that my fingernails and my lips turn blue when I'm cold. I've had that as long as I can remember. And what else? Like I went through like certain periods of fatigue in my life where I just was so tired for months and months on end and couldn't figure out why. But that was just for a few periods in my life. And when I run, even when I was like in super shape, like on track and cross country, my heart rate was always like 180, 190, when my friends were all like around 150. So those are the only things. Oh, and a heart murmur that developed at age 17. Those are the only things that I knew of. I didn't really know anything other than that. The heart murmur got checked when I was 17 and again at 23, and both times they told me it was benign and not to worry about it. But they were wrong. So this thing is hard to diagnose because you don't have symptoms. And anyways, the reason I'm making this video is because it took me completely off guard, and it's a really rare condition, and you might think that you're totally fine. And it turns out that you're not totally fine, and that you need open heart surgery. And that's a huge, it's really scary. And I kind of wanted to make a video to show the journey and help other people out there, because John and Adrienne from Jersey Girl Talk had this blog post, and I was able to speak with John, who underwent the surgery in February of this year, 2017, and he talked me through everything, and honestly, he brought me so much serenity that I wanted to also share my story to help other people who are going through this, because it really helped me to talk with John, and I hope that it'll help you to hear my story. And you can call me if you also have this, and I can walk you through it if I make it, which is probably what you're thinking too, but that's okay, it's part of it. So let's talk emotions, because that's part of it. So let's see. On Monday, I found this out. I had the 90-minute cardiac MRI, and I found this out on Monday. And when he told me, I was kind of like, "Oh, yeah, all right." And then I called my friends immediately. I actually kind of just told everyone immediately, and I was telling them, and I felt like I was bullshitting them. I felt like, you know, it's like, hey, I don't know, like. I grew a horn overnight out of my butt. Like, it was like I was bullshitting them, you know. It was like I was just saying crap out of my mouth, and it wasn't true. That's how it felt on day one, and it just didn't feel real. It felt really weird saying it. So it didn't really hit me on day one. It just felt really weird. Is your arm getting tired? Also, I didn't say I'm 30. I have a 14-month-old daughter, which makes things scarier. So on day 2, that brings us to scary feelings. Definitely, I mean, you don't ever want to hear that you need open heart surgery. It's pretty terrifying because, I mean, let's be honest, like, if they fuck up, like, if they fuck up, right? You can't fuck up open heart surgery. So that's scary, and it's normal to be scared. And I went through a lot of crying on day 2, panicking and despair and fear. And I realized that I really this was the time. I'm not somebody who really asks for help that much. I'm kind of secretive about any kind of health stuff I might be going through. But for this, I was like, yeah, I need support for this. So I immediately told everybody, and honestly, it really helped. It really helped to not let it be a secret and to just kind of be like, you know what? I have a loving community around me, and I need to get the word out because I'm going to need them more than ever. And I'm scared because I am scared because I have a young daughter, and obviously she needs her mom. So your brain does funny things, right? Because you know that that it's that the outcomes are great, and as Dakota said, we're in the car. Dakota's my life partner. He said in the car, he was like, Christelle, only very small people die from this, and I'm like, good thing I'm tall. Of course, he meant only very few people die from this, but I thought that was hilarious. So anyways, finding the funny is good. But day 3, things shifted when I talked to John. He really helped me out. But my point is, and I think this is where I'm going to wrap it up for today, is my point is I think that it shifted when I talked to John, because it's really when you think that you're totally fine and you've been healthy and active your whole life and you eat healthy and everything, and you're told that they need to have open heart surgery, you kind of take it as shit, my world just fell upside down and I might die. Which you're not gonna. Like, it's super unlikely that you're gonna die. But it's super scary. But after talking to John, I realized, and hearing him and hearing like a real person who went through this, my mind shifted, and I was like, you know what? God damn it, I am so fucking lucky that they found this, because this was really advanced and I don't know how many more years I would have had. So even though I thought that I was totally fine, I wasn't, and I'm so grateful for Wendy, my nurse, who was checking my heart and said that it sounded different postpartum. So I'm really glad for her pushing me. So that is what's helping me get through this right now, and that is why I'm not. I mean, it's gonna be a fucking roller coaster. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna be like breaking down like in tomorrow or something. But right now, what's helping me get through today, which is day 4, is knowing that that looking at it as like my life just got saved, as opposed to I might die from this. It's more like I was gonna die anyways, so my life just got saved, and I need to see it that way. So if that helps you get through any of your days, as you just learned about this, that's what helped me get through today. So, yeah.
Tell them that you're being proactive.
Oh, yeah.
Day 3.
On day 3, I was really proactive, and I contacted. Well, after talking to John, I realized that not any doctor can do this surgery, so you really need to go with the top doctors. So he recommended looking into New York Presbyterian, Cleveland Clinic, and Boston Children's Hospital, who all do these surgeries, and you need to, because basically nowadays the surgery is done on babies, because it's diagnosed when you're in the womb or very early on. So a cardiac PD, how do you say it? A pediatric cardiologist is what you need, and so those are the places to go to. And it was just really relieving to know that even though it's a rare condition, that there are people who have done this hundreds of times that I can go to, and that it's not going to be like some doctor who's like, well, this is rare, let's see what this does. Like it's like people do this a lot. Not a lot of people do this, but some people do this a lot, and that's what you need. So on day 3, yeah, I actually already got booked at those 2 places. I was proactive and I called them. I'm gonna have to cancel with some places, but I just wanted to get into their system. And then I also have some family. I'm from Switzerland, so I called my family in Switzerland and also got some cardiologists on their side and just sent my file to them to have more eyes on it, because you don't want to mess around with this type of surgery. You don't want, as Dakota said, you don't want to go to the veterinarians to get this done. Like, you don't want some rando doing this. So go to the best because they know what they're doing. That's what's making me feel confident today, too. I mean, not like super confident, but like enough that I can get through the day and function and consider working again. Getting back into work because I was kind of paralyzed on day 2. So yeah, that's it for right now, and I will keep updating you.